Yo, what's up? Did you ever try, did you want on your FPV journey, to have that smooth cinematic footage? I did, and I tried a lot of things. And I think I found out what works best for me, and I wanted to share it with you. First, when I started my FPV journey, basically I just bought this great GoPro 8 that I crashed after a month, but I just tried to make cinematic footage with it using the in-camera stabilization, and it wasn't doing it. It wasn't as good as whatever I saw online with the great pilot. So I was like, is it me being a newbie, a bad pilot? Yeah, it was for most of it, but it was also about the GoPro and my export settings. Then there was a time where I heard about this software called ReelsteadyGO. It's a software you can buy online. It's about 100 USD, I believe. You can get it on sales for less than this. And what it makes is it takes your unstabilized GoPro footage mixed with your gyroscopic data from the GoPro, and you just run it through the software, and you get a nice cinematic cropped footage. It's way better than the in-camera stabilization, and but it adds you another layer of process. You need quite a nice computer to run it, but if you have time, just use it. Spend $100 and you're gonna get your cinematic footage. Talking about setup and my experiment, just to give you a quick tour, guys. So I'm using now this 5-inch, very nice, very cinematic one. Nothing really crazy about this. For the mount, I use this hard mount. As you can see, with the GoPro 6 and 8, you don't need any specific mount. 6, 8 and 9, every hard mount is going to work. If you are using the GoPro, if I remember well, 5 and 7, you will need a soft TPU mount. Okay, if not, you will get kind of weird jelly on your footage. If you want more information about that, you can just go on the RSGO ReelsteadyGO page. They explain everything. Other piece of the setup that I use, this is my GoPro 8. Okay, this is a naked one because, as I told you, I just broke mine in pieces after a month of FPV. This is gonna work fine with even the real one, but I mean the real one is the complete one. This is just powered directly by my LiPo. It's a bit lighter. I just love it. I can crash it. I will just change it. So just love it, but it's gonna work fine with any of your GoPro, guys. Any other piece of equipment that I would like to discuss today is ND filter. You should get some of those. So if you don't know what is it, ND filter is just a quick, a very small piece that you're gonna attach on top of your GoPro lens, something like that, and you will just get basically less light coming in your sensor. So you will have smoother, butter smooth footage. You're gonna get better sky, everything. It's pretty cheap, maybe $10 for a set of 4 like that. So ND8, 16 and 32, depending on the intensity, the amount of light you want to block, and just get some. Okay, especially if you fly during a plain day. If not, you will get a very high shutter speed on your footage, and you're gonna get very bad result, too crisp, no motion blur, just looks pretty bad. So this very important for your footage. So now I would like to discuss about the experiment that I made yesterday. I've been experimenting for a while now, and I wanted to try two setup, the two best setup that I found out with my GoPro 8. So my computer is not good enough to work with 2.7K footage, so I just work with 1440p footage that, after exporting from ReelsteadyGO, because you crop on the footage, is gonna get 1080p footage. So this is what I want for YouTube. I wanted to try two different kind of footage, one at 30 frames per second and one at 60 frames per second. The first flight that I made yesterday at 30 frames per second was with an ND filter, and with 60 frames per second, since I get twice the amount of light, the amount of exposure on each frame, I removed the ND filter. And I just wanted like if there were any difference about that. Other than that, it was the same like the same settings for both flight. I think I use I don't really remember the name, but it's basically the gray flat profile on your image. So I will show you what I get from the two flight with no color grading, straight out from ReelsteadyGO. So I'm not going to show you guys how I set up ReelsteadyGO. I don't think it's really relevant for now. With the last version of it, you can just import your footage. There is just a few sliders that you can play with it, but I don't even touch them. You don't even need to work with key point or other like time-consuming settings like that. You just run your footage through it and just gonna work. This is what I did straight out of the software. So as you can see, I really prefer the one with 60 frames per second. I think there is too much of motion blur with the 30 frames per second. Yes, it's very smooth, but it's way too soft for me. I think the one at 60 frames, I thought it would be too crisp, not even like smooth enough, but for me it works perfectly fine. I just love it, so I think it's gonna be my go-to for now. So to conclude, I really love ReelsteadyGO. Now, yes, it's an extra step in my process. Okay, I need to go through the software with all of my footage before I even go into Premiere Pro, but I think it's really worth it. It just like make my footage from GoPro style to cinematic style just works well with my 5-inch, works well with my Cinewoop as well. I really hope you guys like enjoy these little tips, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment. And I think the next video is going to be about like why now do I use like a naked GoPro 8 and how you can get yours, and my thought about like maybe switching going GoPro 9 or maybe an Insta360. So see you guys, and if you like, just leave a comment, subscribe, and see you very soon.